Welcome to another edition of Mike Finds Things. We're back after a 2-week hiatus. I skipped the last week's video because I really didn't have anything to show. And I have a lot going on with the other channel, which is my name, Mike Frankovich, where I do a lot of classic car shows and different events and things like that. So I was actually out of town this past weekend. I went to the Bay Area to Pleasanton to go to the Good Guys car show. And on the way up, I stopped to meet up with a friend of mine in Fresno. And he was running late, and while I was driving, I saw a sign for an estate sale, and you'll never guess what I found there. Yes, records. So we're going to go into those, and I've got a couple other records I found at local estate sales, but I definitely found some good stuff. Nothing like stumbling across an estate sale that you weren't planning to hit, and then actually finding some decent stuff. So we're going to go to those right now. First one we're going to go, this one, my notes are, it's a funky organ. I found 3 different postings of the same record on Discogs, so buck to 14, buck to 15, buck to 16. So that's what the ranges were on the 3. From 1964, it's Twine Time by Alvin Cash and the Crawlers are Marvelous Records, and the B-side is The Bump. This is a great little funky organ tune from 1964, and the record, I'd say, is really amazing condition, very shiny and all that good stuff. Let me show it again because I think it's been so long since I've done a video on records. I probably showed that a little too fast, but there you go. So that was that's one that was actually a hit, but of course it's on a minor label, so it's probably a little bit harder to find. And I think I did see that they had appeared on American Bandstand at one time. Here's a soul record from '64. I found it listed twice with this label variation. 3 to 15, 8 mid, and I found 2 to 45 with 12 mid. So those are the 2. Girl group, not really kind of Northern Soul, but also lowrider. It's the Jewels with Opportunity on Dimension Records. See that one? And Gotta Find a Way is the B-side. Something I'd probably get away with maybe playing at a Northern Soul night or like lowrider oldies. I guess it was included in one of the like East Side Story LPs. And I'd say it's excellent condition. Looks like it's hardly been played. It's in one of those old sleeves, so probably not something I got played a whole lot. Kind of a cool find. I always like to find stuff like that, obviously. So that was pretty cool. We put that one back in the sleeve. Here's one. It's common, so it's probably worth a few bucks. I pick them up because, especially locally, this is popular with like lowrider oldies people. And this one, the wax is in amazing condition. The label has a little bit of like wear from being rubbed up against other records. Angel Baby, Rosie and the Originals on Highland Records. I find this one a lot locally. I mean, this was obviously a big hit, and then Give Me Love is the B-side. But because of the condition, I picked it up. Obviously, this is like a very popular song. Probably popular everywhere, but like especially it's popular here in Southern California, so it was worth picking up. Here's one I need to clean, but it's in good condition. Not one you find a lot. 1964, The Kingsman, Death of an Angel, and it was actually a return. So it's not one of your more common Kingsman records, but it's a great garage classic. And Searching for Love as the other side on Wand Records. I think I read somewhere it was a banned record because some girl killed herself, and then the parents blamed it on this record or something. That's what I'd read somewhere. Not sure if that's true or not, and that's why the record didn't get as much play. But it's a great one by the Kingsmen from 1964. I'll definitely go in my garage stash because I don't believe I had a copy of that. From 1963, this is the hit record, buck to 12. Mid-range 250, another one I picked up because of the condition. Don't Say Nothing Bad About My Baby by the Cookies on Dimension. And it says that painted on label that always wears off. If you ever find, there's a few labels that use the same style, record label. And Softly in the Night is the other side. And often these, they're either turned black or they're just completely rubbed off when it's that painted on style label. So because of the condition, I figured I'd grab it, even though it is a pretty famous song. Another one's real famous. Like I said, nothing that's really worth a ton of money, but another one I grabbed because the condition is exceptional. The Animals, It's My Life on MGM. Did not have the original MGM sleeve. I probably got an extra MGM sleeve. I'll throw this in though. And I'm going to Change the World as the B-side. Like I said, another awesome British Invasion classic from 1965 by Eric Burdon and the Animals. Another one, okay, 57. Something that's, I don't think I had a copy of this. It needs to be clean, but other than that, it's in exceptional condition. Jenny, Little Richard. Probably like a $5 record. It's probably nothing exceptional, but Miss Anne is the B-side. I always like finding Little Richard, and I couldn't remember if I had one of these in good condition or not, so I grabbed it. I think this were like a couple bucks each at the sale, so nothing crazy. This one I grabbed just because I didn't know what it was, and I was kind of pressed for time because I was going to be meeting up with my friend. And this one is a pop record with a bad echo effect, and it was pretty bad. It turned out it wasn't really worth anything, but it's a Let Her Go by Ray Eddington on Felstead Records. And I couldn't find much about it, which means it's probably not worth anything. Like, nobody on Discogs says they want it, that kind of thing. But I take chances on stuff. Sometimes you come up, doing well. Sometimes you don't. But still, interesting history nonetheless. Here's one that everyone's going to know. And I always say I grab these Sun labels when I can, if they're in good condition. 1956, you know the artist. You love the artist. Johnny Cash, I Walk the Line. On Sun, this is 241 is the catalog on that one. Get Rhythm, the B-side. You know that song too. A couple great songs from Johnny Cash. This label variation, there's like a couple different label variations from back then. This one is 5 to 11, mid-range is 8. So nothing that sets the world on fire value-wise, but a cool one to have in the collection because I like Johnny Cash, and that's. I think I have one of these, but it's not nowhere near as nice a condition, which is the case with this next record as well. This one is 2 to 25, mid-range 6, or depending on which page you look at on Discogs, it's 1447 to 1579 with a mid-range of $15.13. So 1960, it's a blues record. Don't Dog Your Woman by Buster Brown. I know I've had this in one of my videos before, but not in anywhere near this good a condition. This thing is choice. Is or As You Ain't My Baby is the B-side on Fire Records. So that's cool. I think I've got the promo label one. I think I've got this on a promo, white label promo, but it's not clean like this one is. So that was kind of a nice blues record from 1960. We're going to go into, I think I have 2 Bill Haley 45s in here, 2 or 3. And then later on from another sale, I've got a Bill Haley 78 coming up for you as well. So we got this, this one's from 55. These come up. I always say I grab these when they're clean. Rock a Beatin' Boogie, Bill Haley and the Comets. And Burn That Candle's the B-side. And it's on this style. There's like all these different label variations from the 50s for Decca. But I snagged that one for a couple bucks because I like Bill Haley, obviously. There's one from 62. $1.25 to 1360 mid is 1440. It's a rock and roller. I didn't know what this was. I just took a chance on it. That's Life, That's Tough. Gabriel and the Angels. So I thought maybe it might be like a lowrider oldie or something. And Don't Want to Twist No More on this side. I think the other side, That's Life, was it's not the Frank Sinatra song. It's like a twist record. So. But still, it's cool to find. I don't remember ever coming across that one. Here's one I'm pretty sure I got another copy. I'm about 100% sure I got another copy of this, but it was clean. It's not worth a lot. $1.50 to $4.50. Jimmy Clanton, Another Sleepless Night. And then the other side, which has the X, I'm going to try. But I believe Another Sleepless Night was actually the A side on this one, from what I could tell. Although they put the X on the B side. Maybe they like that one better. But a nice condition other than the X on the label. Here's that other Bill Haley 45. I said we have a 78 coming up as well from Bill Haley that I found at another sale. Razzle Dazzle, Bill Haley and the Comets on Decca. And the other side would be 2 Hound Dogs. So those usually, the Bill Haleys usually aren't worth a ton. There's like a couple of them that are kind of rare, which I've found in other videos, but still, it's a fun record. Here's one most people are going to know this one, especially if you know doo-wop. From 58, buck to 9, mid-range is $2.61. Has writing on the label, but it's in good condition. You Cheated by the Shields. Pretty famous doo-wop record. That's the way it's going to be. This side needs to be cleaned pretty good. But you can see it's Tender Records, distributed by Dot Records. Not a few of those where it was a minor label distributed by Dot. This one sells between 70 cents and $40. Mid is 11. It's a 1964 soul tune. This was actually a great one. I played this one. It's a great, almost like a soul ballad. Wish Someone Would Care, Irma Thomas. It's actually, if you want to go look up a song, that's a good one to look up. Breakaway is the B-side. That was actually a really good record. So this is from the Fresno sale still. We're going to go into the 78s I got it at the Fresno sale right now. I said this is great because I just literally stumbled across this sale. This one is from 55, sells between 10 to 15, mid-range is 11. It's a good one for a 78 jukebox. Ain't That a Shame, Fats Domino on Imperial. It's pretty nice. La La is the B-side. And of course, Ain't That a Shame is it was the hit. Some scratches, things like that, but it plays fine. Nothing terrible. A lot of times you find R&B 78s and they're just destroyed. This one is not the case. Another R&B 78, probably, another one would be great for someone who has a 78 jukebox. So it sells from 8 to 20, mid-range is 11. That's on Discogs, which I always say Discogs 78 pricing isn't always the best. Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Joe Turner on Atlantic. And we got an earlier Joe Turner coming up from another sale later too. This one still has a 50-cent sticker from I don't know where, but You Know I Love You is the other side on Atlantic. There's also another Atlantic 78 coming up as well. That isn't Joe Turner, so we'll have that coming up. Here's one. I knew this wasn't going to be worth that much, but I grabbed it anyway. 55. Sells between $3 to $4.80. Mid range is $4. Coco Mo, I Love You So. The Crew Cuts. And then B-side is their version of Earth Angel. Of course, not the better known version that the Penguins did, but I don't know. I grabbed it because it was clean, and it is what it is. Here's something everybody's going to know this song. On Atlantic, this one sells between 4 to 14, mid range is 8. Another good one. This one's in really nice condition too. Tweedledee D, Laverne Baker, and the Gliders on Atlantic. So that was a nice one to find. And Tomorrow Night. Of course, I come across the 45 quite a bit of this, but I can't remember if this was the first 78 I ever ran across of that song. Of course, a massive hit for Laverne Baker, one most people know. Another one, not much online about this one. The guy's Italian, and it's a boogie record on Crown. Flat Top Boogie, Vito Musso and his orchestra. And the other side is Powerhouse Boogie. I couldn't find any comps on this one, but it's in good condition, so I snagged it from it is from 1954. I know he's Italian and he played the saxophone. It's a boogie record, so do what you will with that information. Now we're going to roll into the LPs I got at the Fresno sale. This one's from 1970. It's a psychedelic rock album. Ranges 2 to 64, which I'm thinking, I don't know, 64 must have been sealed. Mid-range is 7, which sounds more like it. What About Me, Quicksilver Messenger Service LP with the gatefold. And it's in nice condition. I'm guessing, I couldn't believe the sale in Fresno because I don't know how long before I got there it started, but there was still a lot of good stuff, and other people were pulling good stuff too. Another one, this one was actually in a plastic. This one's from 63, 2 to 27, mid-range is 10. You guys know the artist, Lou Rawls, Black and Blue on Capitol. In nice condition. This one does have a hole punch for a return. But early Lou Rawls album. So that was neat because that's not one I don't believe I've ever run across that one. The Crew Cuts, another Crew Cuts. I was like, why not? Rock and Roll Bash on Mercury. Unfortunately, they put that in here, but the jacket, it does have a little bit of separation going on. 1956. There's so many different variations of this. I wasn't going to even try to peg down a value on that one, but the Crew Cuts, Rock and Roll Bash. I always like those funky 50s rock and roll albums. And now for something completely different, literally. I guess you'll see. 1972, Monty Python's previous record. 445 to 15, mid-range is 7. Sounds about right. It's in minty condition. Most of the time, comedy records are super clean. Often they didn't get played that often, because usually they got played once or twice and that was it, and then kind of just left on the shelf. So Monty Python's previous record, and just in case you wanted more Monty Python, why not? 1982, 3 to 15, mid-range is $5.61. The Monty Python Instant Record Collections. And both of these are U.S. pressings, because obviously they did have U.K. pressings of these, obviously, as well. So another one for you, Monty Python. I have a collection of comedy records. I don't think I had any Monty Python ones, so I grabbed those. And this is the last one from Fresno, and then we'll roll into the other ones. I just have a couple other that I bought at 2 different sales locally. Otherwise, if I didn't find these, it would have just been like a super short video. Command Performance, Jan and Dean live in persons, including songs they performed on the Tammy Show. 65. This one has a lot of pressing, so I wasn't going to try to peg down a value. But obviously, a surf record from 1965. And it's Jan and Dean, so I'll give you a better look at the cover there. So, and I would say in Southern California we find surf, but I found that in Central California and Fresno, so obviously surf music was very popular everywhere back in that era. Here's the 78. I have found other copies of this. I believe I've found other copies of this that I've had in the video. Marie, the 4 tunes on Jubilee, sells 5 to 35, mid is 20, from 1953 on pink label Jubilee. This one's, I think this is nicer than my other copy. I have to double check, and I gambled with love. I may even have 2 other copies of this. I don't know. I really got to look, but it's a really nice copy. So I can't imagine my other copy is going to be much. If it is better than that, it would be much better. Another weird one. This is on a Decca UK press. It's a big band record from 1944. Didn't find a value on it. Stepping Out at Midnight, Harry Roy and his band. That's just one I took a chance on because it was like, I think it was $1. Barrel House Boogie on the other side, but nothing spectacular. As there's, I don't know if you hear, there's sirens in the background. If they get closer, I'll cut the video and restart again. Yeah, we're gonna get through this here. It's always something here when we're trying to film this, I tell you. Oh, we're still going into that sale. Okay. 1945, we got a Jump Blues record. Big Joe Turner, Pete Johnson Trio. It's the Same Old Story on Decca. This one sells $14.75 to $20. Mid-range is 17. I'm guessing because it's Big Joe Turner and Rebecca on the other side. So an earlier Big Joe Turner record from 1945. The next one, sounds like the sirens are getting further away, so hopefully that wasn't too much of a disturbance for you. 1953, I could find one on eBay the guy's asking $25 for, which means it's probably a $10 record. Mary Jones sings There Is No Greater Love with Johnny Moore's Three Blazers on the Recorded in Hollywood label. So this is the one I kind of just took a chance on. B-side is Drifting Blues. So nothing wrong with taking a chance on those when they're cheap, and it's in nice condition and plays well. That sale was the one that was, I believe, That was near my house. That was like 15 minutes from my house, that sale. Then I think like the day before I left to go up north. This was one I went to last week. I think it was, I don't remember. It was the weekend before that, and I went down there because they had a car I wanted to check out. They were selling that I actually did not buy, but they had records, and I ran into a couple other guys that I see at other sales who buy records. One guy that's a dealer, one guy that's just a collector. This one's the Paul Williams Sextet, not that Paul Williams. Okay, and it is Spider sent me, but someone put labels all over that part on Savoy. I always take a chance on these Savoys. And Waxy Maxy. This is kind of like a boogie woogie type record. I'm gonna have to see if I can get these labels off. I'm guessing it might be messed up, and that's why they kind of patched it up. See how the holes? I think that's what they did, is to build up the hole. So maybe that might not even work. Some guy's asking $17 for one on eBay. This one's obviously the hole's messed up, so it's probably a $5 record. You know, but I don't know. Took a chance on it anyway. Next one, I got a Jump Blues from 47. The only comp I can find is $4. Shuffle Boogie by Joe Lucher's Jump Band on Capital Americana label. I don't think I've ever found a Capital Americana label record that was worth any kind of money. And I've even found like blues records on Capital Americana. You find country and folk and stuff like that. Bebop blues is the other side. But I've never found anything that like set the world on fire money, like maybe like over 20 or 30 bucks. I've never found anything that was particularly valuable on that label. There's good stuff on the label, but just nothing. I'm guessing because they probably made enough of them where they're out there. And the final record of this video, and I promised it to you earlier, it is none other, and I've found another version of this before. Rock Around the Clock, Bill Haley and the Comets on the original style Decca label. I found it on the later pressing, the Personality series or whatever it is. And 13 Woman, which 13 Woman was actually the original A-side, and then they used Rock Around the Clock in Blackboard Jungle, and then it became like this huge hit then. But you know, I always like to find these, and I always say, you know, this is, if you have like a 78 jukebox, this is probably the 78 you want. And it's in really nice condition. It plays well. I actually played it earlier today. Very good playing record. So that's what I have for this week. I'm hoping I can hit some sales this week, find some more records. I'm off to Del Mar down by San Diego for a car show this weekend. So I'll see what I could fit in estate sale wise. Maybe I can find some more records. But I will keep trying to bring these videos to you. So also check out my other channel. There's a link in the description. Be sure to like, subscribe. Let me know, give some comments on the records. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.